Yeah, what's cracking? We about to get it started real quick. Something slight. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get it. There's always something crazy going on.
Also caught on camera, two teenagers facing multiple charges accused of stealing a car in Connecticut with a 3-year-old toddler inside. That toddler's father actually stopped at a gas station Wednesday, leaving the kid alone inside the car. Investigators say the 13 and 17-year-old.
Never leave the kids alone inside the car. Ever leave the kids. Don't ever do that. People are crazy. Once they snatch them kids up, they're gone. They're gone. Even if you go in there for a second. You never know who's watching.
Teens then stole that car. Well, shortly after, the father called 911, and officers were informed that the child was dropped off at a nearby fire station.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. At least they dropped him off. Dropped the little youngin' off because daddy didn't care. He left him in the car for a second. Don't do that, y'all.
After the father and daughter were reunited, officers chased and arrested the teens who crashed the stolen car.
Oh, it was this little girl, but his little girl back. They at least had a heart, hopefully. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's tough. These kids is out of control, man. What is they doing out here? Car stealing and riding. Let's see what's going on right here. There's so many crazy Jones, wild Jones is happening. I'm gonna give you like a few. I ain't gonna give you too many, but they definitely got a lot of stuff that just, man, people got no control over themselves, no control over their kids. And it's getting sad. It's getting sad. It's super sad for real, for real. That story didn't turn out too bad, thankfully, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse, huh? Let's see what's going on with this, Jane.
New information about the grandmother killed in what police are calling a targeted shooting in North Baltimore. Family confirms 52-year-old Antoinette Tunstall Jennings worked for Baltimore City Schools and had just left her granddaughter's basketball game where there had been an altercation involving the two teams. Alexa Ashwell joins us live in studio with some newly.
Dang. I'm gonna run that back. That's crazy. How a grandmother's becoming casualties out here. I know she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I know she ain't got nothing to do with nothing that's going on. Nothing to do with nothing, but she catching it.
Information about the grandmother killed in what police are calling a targeted shooting in North Baltimore. Family confirms 52-year-old Antoinette Tunstall Jennings worked for Baltimore City Schools and had just left her granddaughter's basketball game where there had been an altercation involving the two teams. Alexa Ashwell joins us live in studio with some newly obtained surveillance video that captures the disturbing, really sad crime. Alexa?
Yes, Mary, I spoke with the.
Not over a basketball game at a basketball game. What's going on, huh? This is why we say the culture is trash. We gotta get in the heads of these kids and fast. Bars right there. That's bars. I'm gonna write that down.
Victim's husband off camera. As you can imagine, they're simply devastated by this crime. He tells me his wife, their son, and two grandchildren were inside this car and had just left one granddaughter's basketball game when they were ambushed at a red light. Shocking surveillance captures the ambush of 52-year-old Antoinette Tunstall Jennings, her 29-year-old son, and two
rest in peace to
granddaughters.
To the grandma. She ain't had nothing to do with nothing. She was just there. And, you know, she caught in the crossfire, sounds like.
Following a basketball game this past Wednesday evening. Take a look. The family is stopped at this red light at York Road and Woodbourne Avenue in North Baltimore. Suddenly, two people appear in the crosswalk on the left side of your screen. A third person exits the car stopped behind the.
Dang, that's wild. They look like they just walking up on the car. This lady probably like, who that? They look suspicious in the middle of traffic, hooded up and stuff. Like, it's this drill music. I said it once, I'm gonna say it every time. I say it a million times. It's this drill music. It got these kids lost.
The victim's car. Seconds later, shots fired. As the suspects run out of frame, a car that had pulled up in the opposite lane just before the shooting pulls off. Two of the victims then jump out of the car in a desperate attempt to save the.
Yeah, that's tragic. Like, they walk right up on the
suspects
car.
Run out of frame. A car is stopped at this red light
Right
at
up on the
York
car,
Road
it
and
was
Woodbourne
heartless.
Avenue in North Baltimore.
They looked
Suddenly,
in the
two
car.
people appear in.
They didn't shoot from across the street. They looked into the vehicle and opened fire. So they seen the grand lady in there, they seen the babies in there, and still chose to do what they did.
In the crosswalk on the left side of your screen. A third person exits the car stopped behind the victim's car. Seconds later, shots fired. As the suspects run out of frame, a car that had pulled up in the opposite lane just before the shooting pulls off. Two of the victims then jump out of the car in a desperate attempt to save the young grandmother's life.
We had two shooters that appeared and opened fire on the vehicle.
At the scene, Baltimore police confirmed the shooting was targeted. The next day, Commissioner Richard Worley was questioned.
Targeted, meaning that they seek and did what they did to those individuals. They were looking for them. This wasn't random. They was out there looking for them. It was premeditated.
Further, specifically whether the shooting was connected to a basketball game.
I can't get into what it was connected to. I can tell you it was something that should never have escalated, as nothing should escalate to gunfire. But this was something that was a minor altercation that we believe turned into this family being targeted.
Off camera, the victim's husband tells me the family had just left their granddaughter's basketball game where there had been an altercation. The match was between Bel Air Edison and the Seed School, but had been played here at Tunbridge Public Charter School, which is just blocks from the intersection where the family was ambushed. Baltimore City.
My bad. So they ambushed them right around the corner from the game. It's not even safe to go to a basketball game nowadays. Not even to with your family. Whatever kind of altercation, it didn't have to escalate to that. Like you said, there's no conflict resolution. It is nothing that excuses what happened, regardless of what happened. This lady lost her life after having a night out with her family. Senseless, terrible.
Schools hasn't confirmed the altercation during the game, but did confirm Tunstall Jennings was a pre-K paraeducator at Waverly Elementary.
Dang. That's messed up. Let me get me out the way.
Elementary Middle School. A wife, mother, grandmother, and educator violently taken, and the suspects on the run.
This is unacceptable at any time. But when you have folks shooting and gunning down women right in the middle of a main thoroughfare over any simple thing, we will not tolerate that.
Tunstall Jennings' son was also shot, and her 11-year-old granddaughter was grazed by a bullet. Both are expected to survive. Anyone with any information on the suspects is asked to contact Baltimore police. Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way the culture is right now. Everybody's so violent. These kids is out of control and crazy, and they don't have any kind of remorse. They have no fear of the consequences. Where are they getting this kind of thought pattern from? To where you feel offended that you want to go out and take a life. You want to go out and make somebody pay, regardless of how it's going to make their family feel, how it's going to impact their loved ones. And how could you sleep with yourself at night after doing something like that? So it's concerning because it's not going to get no better unless somebody really, really shake something up. Because right now, drill running this. The music that they're listening to has got them captivated. But yeah, man, there's so many other other crazy crimes like this. It's just a shame that it never ends, but I'm gonna bring them to you and y'all be easy.